So gather, friends, and let me tell you a creepy-ass story from the depths of Georgia. What the fuck is up, Internet? Welcome to the channel, and welcome to this episode of the creepiest place in your state. This is a series where I dig out the old book of scary shit and read haunting tales that send chills down the spines of the locals in every state. This is the legend of the Bonaventure Cemetery. Savannah, Georgia, the city where the air feels thick with the past, where every corner hides a tale, but no place is quite like Bonaventure Cemetery. And on nights like this, it's said you can feel the presence of those who linger after dark. So, you better bring your flashlight, some holy water, and probably an extra pair of underpants. Bonaventure is no ordinary resting place. Ancient trees draped in Spanish moss loom like specters over cracked, Gothic tombstones, and among these graves, strange things happen. Other cemeteries are all about rest in peace, but the Bonaventure Cemetery wants to keep you on your fucking toes. Some say you can hear children's laughter even when no living child is around. Others swear they've seen statues shift, once solemn faces suddenly smiling, or worse, grimacing. Because if there's one thing creepier than invisible children laughing, it's when the statues start giving you the stink eye. Of all the souls at Bonaventure, the most famous might be little Gracie Watson, a girl who died at just 6 years old. They say pneumonia took her, but sorrow so thick it could choke filled the hearts of her parents. As if dying of pneumonia wasn't bad enough, now little Gracie's got to entertain tourists for eternity? Her father, overwhelmed by grief, had a life-size statue of Gracie carved to watch over her grave. It was meant to keep her memory alive, but some believe the statue did more than that. Because nothing says healthy coping mechanism like commissioning a statue that doubles as a paranormal tour guide. On cold nights when the fog rolls in from the river, Gracie's statue is said to weep tears of blood. If the fog wasn't unsettling enough, Gracie knows how to give the vibe that extra kick of creepy. You see, people leave toys and trinkets at her grave trying to earn her favor. But beware, take one and you'll wish you hadn't. Those who steal from Gracie's grave are cursed to see her ghost, always in that white dress, dancing and skipping between the tombstones. Doesn't get much creepier than an unsolicited, ghostly, interpretive dance recital. When she smiles at you, that's when you know there's no escape. Some have returned the stolen items in terror, but others, well, they never speak of what they saw. But honestly, who has the time to chit-chat when you're dodging an undead fashionista? Then there's the story of little Wendy, or as she's often called, the Bird Girl. For years, her statue stood quietly in Bonaventure, unnoticed by most, until one day a photograph of her appeared on the cover of a book. Almost overnight, she became famous, her likeness traveling to galleries far and wide. Just like that, little Wendy went from a local legend to the Kim Kardashian of statues. But locals whisper a darker truth. The statue might be haunted by the very girl who posed for it. Lorraine Greenman, a young girl from Savannah, was immortalized in stone by the sculptor, and she loved the attention so much that her spirit never left. Talk about the ultimate diva move. Refusing to leave the spotlight, even in death. She watches, smiling at those who come to see her, and if you're not careful, you might see her smile shift into something more sinister. It's all fun and games until a chick pulls the old switch from being friendly to I might eat your soul. Oscar Wilde, the poet, once visited Bonaventure and was at a loss for words. Incomparable, he called it, but you have to wonder, was he speaking of its beauty or something else, something otherworldly? Wilde was always one for flowery language. Incomparable was probably just code for, I'm getting the hell out of here. The history of Bonaventure is as old as Savannah itself. Once a plantation, it became a cemetery when the city's dead outnumbered its living. Why waste a perfectly good plantation when you can turn crops into crypts? Families would picnic here, walking among the graves, oblivious to the restless spirits around them. But no one picnics there anymore, not after the stories, not after hearing about the things people have seen. 'Cause nothing kills the vibe like a sign of eternal torment with your potato salad. So, if you ever find yourself in Savannah and the air feels heavy and the night grows too still, listen closely. You might hear Gracie's laugh or see Wendy's statue turn its head. Savannah, come for the history, stay for the unsettling supernatural encounters. But whatever you do, don't touch anything, because once you disturb the dead of Bonaventure Cemetery, they won't rest until you join them. If you're from around these parts, tell me about any stories I missed in the comments. And if you're from the state, do you agree that this is the creepiest place around? If not, tell me what is, and I might do a part 2. Well, that's all I have for now. Make sure to let me know what you think about this video in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.